Most conversations about AI tools focus on what's new or what's expensive. But some of the most useful AI systems available today are quietly free. Not free trials, not limited demos, just free. In this video, we're not counting tools. We're looking at capabilities, the kinds of AI behavior that used to require paid software, specialized teams, or technical setup, and how those capabilities are now available to almost anyone. Not because AI suddenly became generous, but because the underlying systems have changed. For a long time, AI tools were built as products. You paid for access, you learned a specific interface, you adapted your workflow to the tool. What's changing now is that many AI systems are being treated more like infrastructure. Core capabilities, summarization, classification, generation, transformation are becoming standardized. Once a capability becomes reliable and cheap to run, it often gets released for free. Not as a favor, but because it helps developers, platforms, and ecosystems grow. That's why many of the most useful free AI tools don't advertise loudly. They don't need to. Let's start with a category many people underestimate: document-aware AI. These are tools that don't just generate text, they reason over your files, PDFs, notes, research papers, meeting transcripts. The subtle shift here is context persistence. Instead of pasting content again and again, these tools build a temporary understanding of your material and respond within that boundary. Practical example, you upload a long report. You ask, summarize the key risks. What assumptions does this rely on? Where is the argument weakest? The AI isn't smarter in a general sense, it's better constrained. For students, it means faster comprehension. For professionals, it means faster review. For creators, it means faster synthesis. The important part isn't speed, it's focus. Next, AI tools that help with writing, but not by writing for you. The most useful free tools here focus on transformation, not creation. They rewrite text for clarity, adjust tone, shorten without losing meaning, expand ideas without adding noise. This matters because most writing work isn't about generating words, it's about shaping them. A draft already exists, the thinking already happened. The AI's role is editorial. This is a subtle but important behavior change. Instead of replacing authorship, AI becomes a revision layer, something you pass through, not something you hand control to. That's why many of these tools stay free. They enhance judgment instead of replacing it. Another quiet category, free AI tools for visual generation and cleanup. Not full creative suites, but narrow, reliable actions. Things like background removal, image upscaling, layout suggestions, basic vector generation. What's interesting isn't the output quality alone, it's the predictability. You upload an image, you know roughly what will happen. You're not experimenting, you're executing. That reliability is what makes these tools usable in real workflows. For small teams and solo creators, this collapses roles, not by replacing designers, but by removing friction around simple visual tasks. And once a task becomes routine and predictable, it often becomes free. Audio used to be one of the hardest mediums to work with. Now, some free AI tools handle noise removal, voice cleanup, basic transcription, caption generation. These tools don't try to be creative, they aim to be invisible. You notice them only when they're gone. This is a pattern worth paying attention to. When AI disappears into the background, when it becomes maintenance instead of performance, that's when adoption accelerates, and that's often when pricing drops to zero. The final category is easy to overlook. Small AI tools that rename files intelligently, sort information, detect duplicates, classify content, suggest next actions. None of these feel impressive, but together they change how you relate to information. Less searching, less organizing, less mental bookkeeping. This is where AI stops feeling like a tool and starts feeling like ambient assistance, and ambient tools historically tend to become free. It's tempting to think paid tools are always better. Sometimes they are, but free tools often shape behavior first. They normalize AI-assisted workflows, teach users what to expect, define default interaction patterns. By the time someone pays for AI, they already know how they want it to behave. That means free tools quietly influence what the entire market becomes. They're not demos, they're signals. The most interesting thing about free AI tools isn't their price. It's what they tell us about where AI is stabilizing. When a capability becomes free, it usually means it's no longer experimental. It works, it's reliable, it fits into everyday systems. That's not the future of AI. That's the present, just quietly arriving. This is Neural Pulse Lab. Thanks for watching.